What's good, Vape family? Today for you, I have the Freemax fireluke mesh tank. I was sent this tank by Freemax to review. I've had it for a little over a month now, and I can honestly say, out of any tank I've had, this by far has the best coil, the best flavor, and cloud production is amazing on it. The thing I'd have to say is my favorite part is, I'm a heavy vapor, and usually a coil will maybe last me 1 to 2 weeks on average for a tank. I've been easily able to get about, say, roughly a month and a half out of this. And it's just outperformed any tank I've had. The airflow is great on it, like I just showed. You get great cloud production, great flavoring, and the coils, I haven't had any burning issues, no leaking issues. The flavor, any flavor I put in this tank, the cotton and everything absorbs the flavor really good. I mean, I think the only complaint I would maybe have with this tank, but it's kind of a subjective complaint, is that it's only a 3 mil capacity. I would like to see around a 5, maybe a 6. That'd be amazing and make this tank even 10 times better than it already is, which is surprising to even think that this tank could be any better than it actually is. I was kind of curious of the mesh coils because I had heard a lot of different stories on the mesh coils and how it can have uneven burning issues, uneven flavor. Sometimes one side of the cotton will get burnt where the other side won't. I've also heard people say that it doesn't give them the flavor they would want. So I was kind of subjective on trying one of these tanks. But I would actually have to say I wouldn't want any other kind of tank except for, the mesh tanks by Freemax. One of my friends also is, he loves Freemax tanks, and he's had me try a couple of them, and I loved everything so far that Freemax has came out with. I now know that they also just came out with a bubble tank version of this, which does hold 5 mils, which eventually I would like to try. But I mean, man, the flavor on this thing is just amazing. Like I was surprised by how good it does. I mean, this is just going to be a short review on this tank. The performance is amazing. It says, the max wattage is 90. The best is around 75 to have it at. I keep it between 75 and 80 watts. But I was curious about, them saying the max wattage only being 90 watts with how low the ohms are. So I was curious. So I experimented and tried up to 170 watts. No burnt hit, no burnt taste. It actually performed even higher than what they say it can go for a max. So when you get this tank, they have many different color choices. This is the carbon fiber purple, and when you go to fill it, you just, twist the cap off like this. And then when you twist it off, you have these, really big fill holes up here. And it's extremely easy to use any kind of bottle that you have. You should have no problems putting any juice in here. Also, when you get this tank, it's going to come in this packaging with them. It's going to have all your information on the back. And then also inside the packaging, you're going to have a spare glass, some extra O-rings, and it's also going to come with another coil with inside the packaging. I've had, numerous amounts of tanks, and I could honestly say even, the feeling of this kind of reminds me of like when you get an iPod Touch or something like that, Just really good packaging. When they sent this to me, I got it arrived maybe in 2 days, which I was surprised by with how fast their shipping was, considering they were just sending it to me to review for them. It's a top-notch coil. I mean, it's outperformed any other tank I've had. I've had, like the smock tanks and just, the E-Privs and everything like that. I've had multiple different tanks. And by far, this has to be the best one. I also like, the normal Freemax fireluke tanks, even like The original that came out is my other favorite one. Just everything that they've made has been great. I mean, this tank is durable. You know, I've accidentally dropped this mod with this tank on it on the cement, and it hasn't cracked. It hasn't scratched. Don't have any kind of protection rings on it or anything like that. And I mean, this thing has dropped out of my vehicle on direct cement. It's landed in snow. I mean, it's withstood anything that you could think of to throw at it. I haven't had any leaking problems. It hasn't broke on me. With every coil that I've had in here, this will probably be the second coil that I've had in here now. After 2 months of owning it, 2 coils in 2 months, I have to say that's really good, especially for a tank. I was doing drippers for the longest time because I was getting sick of spending so much money on the coils. But I mean, when you get these coils, they last forever, and depending on where you go, they're about $5 to $6 a coil. Which again, like I said, to be able to spend $5 or $6 for a month, that's a really good deal in my book. And like I said, it says best at 75 watts. That's exactly what I have it at 75 watts. And I mean, the clouds and everything that comes off this is amazing. So, I mean, that's just my short review on the Freemax by fireluke. The fireluke mesh tank, the Freemax fireluke. I would like to try the new mesh that they have, or also even the new fireluke Pro tank that they came out with eventually. I'd like to try that one too. So, thanks for watching this little review. I'm new to doing reviews, so it may kind of sound skippy sometimes just because I'm not used to, filming myself or showing other people stuff. I'm very new to this. But I have to say, for, tanks out there, I would highly, highly recommend this tank, especially if you're looking for something that's going to be reliable, have a long lifespan on the coils, great flavor, great vape production. I couldn't steer you wrong from the Freemax Fireluke mesh. I mean, like I said again, I was surprised by how well the mesh tank does and everything like that. With that being said, I hope you all have a great day. I love my vape family, and remember to keep fighting the fight to keep vaping, and also keep fighting the fight to keep flavors so we're not stuck with this tobacco and menthol flavors. So that is the biggest fight that we are going against right now. They're trying to make it where we won't have any flavors, like, say, for example, this cheesecake flavor or anything like that. They strictly want us to only have menthol tobacco or regular tobacco flavors, which I honestly think could possibly kill the industry of vaping. Because a lot of people, they switch to vaping because of the amazing flavors that you get from it and how different it is from the taste of a cigarette. All I can say is, hope you have a good day, and remember to keep up the fight.